Hi, everybody. Welcome to this week's Hope Girl Weekly News Roundup. All right, folks, let's get into it. This week's news falls into two buckets: big tech and the financial control grid, what they do best, and the rest of us dealing with the fallout. And sitting right in the middle of it all, surprise, surprise, are AI data centers and digital twins. So, first up, category one, big tech and the financial control grid. Story number one, Trump goes to China and brings the tech bros. So Trump just visited China and he didn't go alone. He brought Elon Musk and Nvidia CEO Jensen Huang along for the ride. Meanwhile, back home, while every camera was pointed to on the other side of the planet, two very big things happened quietly to your money. Which leads us to story number two, a new Fed chair confirmed while nobody was watching. Kevin Warsh has been confirmed as the new Federal Reserve Chair, replacing Jerome Powell. He was on the Fed board from 2006 to 2011. Remember what happened during those times? Meanwhile, back then, he watched the crash, the bailouts, and the debt spiral firsthand, and then just walked away. Now he's back. The Senate timed this confirmation perfectly with Trump's China trip. Nothing to see here, just a controlled demolition of the dollar so they can bring in a shiny new financial system. And let's not forget story number three, the Clarity Act sneaks through the Senate. On May 14th, while Trump was in China, the Clarity Act cleared the Senate Banking Committee. It's the cryptos industry's top legislative priority, and it sets up regulation and full monitoring of digital currency. Banks, unions, and law enforcement oppose it. Stablecoin is coming, whether you're ready or not. Next up, BlackRock admits the plan to rewire the world. Brookfield Corporation CEO Bruce Flatt, Canada's version of Warren Buffett, has openly stated that they are planning a global economic reset by rewiring the world economy. The goal? Lay out the foundation for AI and massive data center infrastructure. He literally said, "We're just rewiring the world." At least they're being honest about it now. And as a bonus, 50,000 residents have just been told that their electricity will be cut to power your data centers. You are welcome. Speaking of data centers, let's talk about data centers, digital twins, and AI gods. Mike Adams joins the conversation with Maria Z to explain that the data centers aren't just for storage. They're building entire world simulations using social digital twins. Now, we covered this about 8 months ago in our two-part series. I'll put the links in the description. You can go and watch it if you want to understand what's actually being built. This two-part series is called Digital Twins and Data Centers. We explain in depth what a digital twin is, how it is used, and show that the reason that they're building the data centers is to host the digital twin technology. Now, like I said, we did this report 8 months ago. We were talking about this since 2017. And that's why, as a little bit of a joke, I had these mugs made for me and my husband. They say, Hope and Devon, we're right about everything. Forbidden Tech, 2017. We're talking about our book, Forbidden Tech, that we wrote in 2017, that talks about all these different kinds of technologies and everything that we're seeing unfolding in the world today. Now, even though I've been shadow banned into oblivion, there's a ton of work out there. So I'm going to give you guys a quick show of where you can find our work, because we talk all about the technology, about the 5G, the 6G, what they're now calling 8G. We define what that stuff is. We talk about Healthcare 4.0. We've been talking about these data centers since they were announced. We talked about Project Stargate. We've done extensive presentations. So please go and check out all of our work here. I will show you exactly where to go and exactly where the links are. And I want to say, I don't know quite why some of the other alternative news people took this long to start talking about it, but data centers, AI, agentic AI, it's all seeming to be in the news a lot in this last week. So obviously, some other things have shifted in the political realm. And now these platforms suddenly have some kind of cosmic permission to start talking about this, I guess, right? It's on their narrative feed. But we've been talking about it since at least 2017, and this was a culmination of our work from the years prior to that. So this is what we do. Please check it out. And if you're interested in getting a copy of our book, I'll leave the links below for that too. And at the very end of this video, I will show you a brief commercial talking about the Forbidden Tech book, which is the complete guide to energy, social, and biological technologies that they did not want you to know about. It also comes in an audiobook form, and there's a video course as well. It's an ebook, or you can get the printed book on Amazon. Okay, moving forward with our medical systems news headlines. Story number 6, Britain's NHS hands your medical records over to Palantir. The same thing's going on over in the UK, folks, as the healthcare records of citizens are given over to Palantir. The UK's National Health Service is giving Palantir contractors unlimited admin access to identify patient data through its National Data Integration Tenant platform. Non-NHS staff, unrestricted access to your private health records. Okay, moving right along. Story number 7. King Charles rolls out Bill Gates's digital ID. During the state opening of Parliament on May 13th, King Charles announced the British government is moving ahead with digital ID cards in line with Agenda 2030. Because nothing says modernize public services like making sure the state always knows exactly who you are. Story number 8, Wells Fargo patents a smart dust, but this one is for biometric payments. Yep, that's right, folks. Wells Fargo has secured a U.S. patent for microscopic sensor particles called smart dust that can be released into the air during transactions to verify your identity in real time. Tiny sensors floating in the air at the point of sale. This is not science fiction, it's a patent. And let's not forget this old scientific article back from 2023. Scientists want to use your body as a 6G antenna. Researchers at the University of Massachusetts Amherst have proposed using humans as antennas to harvest energy for 6G networks. The plan involves people wearing coiled copper because apparently your body is now telecommunications infrastructure. Check out this article from a few years ago on popularmechanics.com. And just in case you wanted to know what all this might have to do with what they call healthcare 4.0, according to the industry, just ask me what I think is going to be underneath the new ballroom. If you want to know what I think is going to be underneath the new ballroom, please comment below ballroom, and I will make a new video telling you all about exactly what I think they're going to be putting underneath that new ballroom. I'll give you a hint. It has to do with your new healthcare 4.0 and something about this body being a 6G antenna and something about surveillance. Again, comment ballroom and see what kind of video I come out with next. Okay, so now moving on to our second bucket or our second category. This is what we're calling what they're doing to the rest of us. So story number 10 is a new video put out by SGT Report and truther Kim Bright. The culling, the war on food, air, water, and energy. The data is in. Truther Kim Bright joins SGT Report to lay it out plainly. There is an open, deliberate war being waged against Americans' air, water, food, and energy infrastructure. Millions are already suffering from dementia and Alzheimer's and other effects on environmental poisons and bioweapons. She also brings some actionable good news. So let's hear it for those who bring solutions when they present the problems. Way to go, Kim and SGT. Woman who refuses smart meter gets her water shut off. A New Jersey woman refused to allow a smart water meter installation due to health concerns. So the water company sent a technician with 2 police officers to shut off her water for 6 days. She was sick with the flu at the time. Must have been real pleasant. The state has no regulation requiring residents to accept smart meters. The BPU later confirmed the company had no legal basis for the shutoff, but they did it anyway. There have been hazardous chemicals found in Oklahoma air the first time in North America. Scientists have detected medium chain chlorinated paraffins, called MCCPs, in the air over north central Oklahoma. The first time that these compounds have been found anywhere in the Western Hemisphere. They're linked to, get this, industrial processes persist in the environment like PFAS, otherwise known as forever chemicals, and the researchers suspect biosolid fertilizer, i.e., the treated sewage sludge that's being spread on farmland, is releasing these chemicals into the air. Current levels aren't an immediate threat, but nobody really knows the long-term effects. We talked about biosludge in some of our past presentations. It has everything to do with what the industry calls the biodigital convergence. And here we are, folks, starting to see some of the first effects. Fun times! Next up, Utah data center to use more power than the entire state. Kevin O'Leary's company is set to build a hyperscale data center in Box Elder County, Utah, that at full build-out could consume 9 gigawatts, more than double Utah's current statewide usage of about 4 gigawatts. It will generate its own power via a natural gas pipeline, so they say. The state fast-tracked it with reduced taxes. O'Leary called the speed extraordinary. Residents were not consulted. In Pennsylvania, a town of 7,000 gets 51 data center buildings. Developers are planning 6 massive data center campuses in Archbold, Pennsylvania, a former coal town of 7,000 people, covering 14% of the borough's land. That's the equivalent of 51 Walmart supercenters dropped into a small community. The Stop Archbold Data Centers Facebook group now has nearly 10,000 members. That's more people than the town itself. The mayor says the process has destroyed this community. There is a boil water advisory for 9,000 residents with no backup generators. A planned power shutoff by Arizona Public Service near Flagstaff, done to prevent wildfires, so they say, caused water pressure to drop in the Doney Park community, triggering a boil water advisory for nearly 9,500 residents. The water district has no backup generators. They rely on storage tanks. APS cut power for nearly 10 hours, and residents were told to use bottled water. This is the infrastructure that we're all depending on. I have a feeling we're going to see a lot more of this in the very near future. And finishing up with our reports for this week, your car now has a kill switch. New reports confirm that all future vehicles sold in the U.S. will be equipped with an AI-controlled kill switch, a system that can decide whether or not you are permitted to operate your own vehicle. Not whether it's safe, whether you are allowed. If you're not concerned about that, well, then I just don't know what to tell you. All right, guys, that's your week in news. Please stay informed, and please go ahead, like, and subscribe to the Hope Girl channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye for now.
If you live on this planet, you're affected by technology. We all use energy every day. We all breathe the chemicals in the air and eat them in our food. We are all part of a society that has been using covert operations on its citizens. It's time for us to wake up and understand what has been going on in our world when it comes to hidden technologies. Authors Naima and Tavan have taken everything they've discovered and compiled it all into one book called Forbidden Tech. Among the many topics covered in this book, you'll learn about free energy, patents, political scandals, murders and cover-ups, engineering basics, cars that run on water, surveillance, gang stalking, energy weapons, and viable solutions to protecting yourself against them. We are now running a special offer sale on our book. You can purchase a printed copy on Amazon.com for the special sales price of $35. That's almost 50% off. Forbidden Tech is now available as an ebook on sale for $9.99 instant download to your computer. Also, Forbidden Tech is available as an audiobook, as an instant download to listen to on your PC, your phone, or on the device of your choice. Now on sale for $14.99. Also, check out our Forbidden Tech video course. This commercial-free version of our entire video course is available for instant download for the sales price of $19.99. So click the link below or visit our website to order your copy of Forbidden Tech today.